Hello, people of the earth. Welcome back to Dirty Bertie Chocolate Chapter 3. Can you believe it? We're already on Chapter 3. Wow. Chapter 3. Ding! The bell rang for lunch break. Bertie shot out of class and flew down the corridor. He only had a minute to carry out his mission before the teachers arrived. He screeched to a halt. Screech! At the staff room and peeped round the door. No one was about. What do you guys think is going to happen? Tell me down in the comment section below. Actually, I'm going to tell you now because I'm reading this. Now, where could Miss Boot hide a giant chocolate egg? He got down on all fours and looked under the coffee table. No luck. Something behind the curtains. Nothing behind the curtains. His eye fell on the cupboard. He threw open the door. Eureka! There it was! Bertie grabbed the monster egg. Now to weigh it. Ah! Bertie groaned in his excitement. He'd forgotten he needed some scales. Silly Bertie. Suddenly he heard voices in the corridor. Help! If Miss Boot caught him in the staff room, she'd go berserk. Bertie looked around for somewhere to hide. But where? There was only the coffee table. It was a tight fit, but maybe he could squeeze underneath. He made it just as the door opened. That was a close call, guys. The room filled up with teachers. Bertie lay squashed under the table, not daring to breathe. This was like a horror film, trapped in a room with killer zombies. He could see Mr. Weasley's shiny shoes and Miss Boot's baggy stockings only inches away. You know what Bertie asked me today? Miss Boot was speaking. What? Asked Miss Darling. He asked me if I weighed a ton. Miss Darling giggled. That boy, tee-hee. He'd be the death of me, snorted Miss Boot. Sometimes I think he lives on another planet. Sometimes I wish he did, said Mr. Weasley. That's so mean. Oh, by the way, here's the picture of Bertie under the coffee table and their legs. And oh yeah, I forgot to show you the picture of this page. It's Bertie sneaking into the corridor. Into the staff room. Bertie almost banged his head. Was this what the teachers talked about when they were alone? Didn't they have homework to discuss? Munch, munch. Bertie groaned. Now they were eating their sandwiches. He could smell cheese and pickle. This was torture if he had only brought something to eat. Then he remembered he had the chocolate egg. But there was no way he could touch that. If it was a prize for the school fair. Miss Boot would blow a fuse on the other hand. It was a chocolate, and it was enormous. Who was going to miss a teeny weeny piece? Slowly, Bertie slid out the egg from the box. He peeled off the gold paper and broke off a piece. Snap! He held his breath. Luckily, the teachers were too busy yakking to hear Bertie. Bertie crammed the chocolate into his mouth. It was the sweetest, smoothest chocolate he had ever tasted. One more piece, and then he'd put it away. Has anyone seen my glasses case? It was Mr. Weasley again. Bertie looked about by his feet. It was a blue glasses case. Look at the picture of Bertie, and then you can see the glasses case right here, right by his feet. Do you think he's going to be seen or not? Maybe it's fallen on the floor, suggested Miss Darling. Bertie turned cold. If Mr. Weekly bent down to look, he'd see him under the table. He had to do something, and fast. He gave the glasses case a kick, and it fell out from under the table. A moment later, a hand reached down. "It's all right, found it," cried Mr. Weekly. Bertie breathed out. That was close. He nibbled more chocolate to calm his nerves. The lunch hour dragged on. Bertie's neck ached from lying squashed under the table. His hands were sweating. Only chocolate kept him going. At long last, the bell rang. Bertie waited until he was certain the last teacher had gone, and he crawled out. There was no time to weigh the egg now. He had to put it back and return to class. He looked down and gasped. Yikes! Who scoffed half the egg? He must have gobbled it without even knowing. What was he going to do? Guys, what do you think Bertie's going to do now? Miss Boot would go bonkers if she found out. Bertie wrapped the half-eaten egg and slid it back into the box. Wait a minute. Only the front half of the egg was showing. It still looked smooth and perfect. No one would guess. He was saved! He stuffed the Easter egg back into the cupboard. Now to whiz back to class before Miss Boot missed him. He licked his lips. First he better wipe the chocolate off his face. And then here's the half-eaten egg that Bertie had. And then here's him cramming the egg back into the box. Bertie, I'm telling you, you shouldn't have eaten that much of chocolate. Alright guys, thank you for listening to chapter 3 of Dirty Bertie Chocolate. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!